Welcome back to another explainer from Business Basics Hub. We love breaking down complex business topics into really simple, actionable steps for beginners. And today we're tackling something I get asked about all the time: how to start a nonprofit organization. If you've got this burning passion to help your community and you want to build something way bigger than yourself, well, you're in the exact right place. Let's get right into it.
Quick housekeeping before we dive in. Please remember our standard disclaimer. This explainer is just for general educational purposes. It's not official legal, tax, or financial advice. We just want to make sure you're protecting yourself and your future organization.
All right, so let's demystify exactly what it takes to launch a successful nonprofit. Honestly, it can seem super intimidating from the outside. You've got federal paperwork, state paperwork, strict rules about money. It can feel like a total alphabet soup. But hey, take a deep breath. We're going to completely strip away that confusion and show you that it's really just a straightforward step-by-step process.
Here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with a simple definition, talk about why this matters, walk through the exact steps to create one, and then wrap up with some common beginner mistakes.
Starting with Section 1. What exactly is a nonprofit?
Stripping away all the legal jargon, a nonprofit simply exists to serve the public, period. By law, any extra money it makes has to go right back into the organization's mission rather than into anyone's personal bank account. Experts call this the non-distribution constraint, which is really just a fancy way of saying there are no private owners or shareholders getting a cut of the profits. Think of it like this. If your nonprofit sells $1,000 worth of cookies at a bake sale, that profit goes directly into funding, say, your after-school program. It doesn't go toward buying the founder a new sports car. Every single dollar has a clear, charitable purpose.
And that really highlights the fundamental difference. A standard for-profit business, its main goal is to make money, and it distributes those profits to its owners. But a nonprofit uses every single extra dollar to just keep fueling its cause. You are absolutely building a business, yes, but your product is social impact. And your shareholders, well, they're the community you serve. It's a totally different mindset, and honestly, it's what makes leading a nonprofit so incredibly rewarding.
Moving on to Section 2. Let's talk about why this actually matters.
Did you know there are over 1.3 million charitable nonprofits operating in the United States right now? Honestly, that's a massive footprint. It really proves just how legitimate and powerful this third sector is. Nonprofits fill this vital gap between government agencies and private businesses. They step in to solve problems that neither of those other two sectors can fully handle on their own.
So getting that official 501c3 status unlocks some absolutely massive advantages. When the IRS officially recognizes you as a public charity, you pay zero federal income tax on your mission-related revenue. And even better, it makes donations tax-deductible for the people who support you. If someone gives you $100, they get to deduct that on their personal taxes. It's literally a win-win. They get a tax break, and you get the funding you need to change the world. Plus, having that official status is what allows you to apply for specialized government and foundation grants.
All right, Section 3. How do we actually build one of these? Let's break this down into two completely manageable phases. Phase 1 is all about your local, state-level foundation. Step 1, make sure your idea actually fills a real community need by doing a needs assessment. Basically, just check that no one else in your town is already doing the exact same thing. You don't want to open a new food bank if there are already 3 on your street, right? Step 2. Gather a diverse team for your board of directors. You can't do this alone. By law, you need a board to help govern things. Try to find people with different skills, maybe an accountant, a marketing pro, and a respected community leader. Then, Step 3, officially register the organization with your state government by filing your Articles of Incorporation. That's the document that breathes legal life into your nonprofit.
Okay, Phase 2. Now we're dealing with the federal government. Step 1, establish your internal rules by drafting bylaws and a conflict of interest policy. This just proves to the IRS that you have fair, solid rules for making decisions. Step 2, grab your free employer identification number, or EIN. Think of it like a social security number for your business. You absolutely need it to do basic stuff like open a bank account. Finally, Step 3, submit your application to the IRS using Form 1023. Now, a quick heads up. Form 1023 is a pretty hefty packet of paperwork. Actually, scratch that. There is a shorter version, Form 1023-EZ, if you're a smaller organization. Either way, getting that final IRS approval letter in the mail is seriously one of the best feelings in the world. Once approved, boom, you're an official, tax-exempt public charity.
And finally, Section 4, Common Beginner Mistakes. Okay, let's bust a huge myth right now.
A lot of people think running a nonprofit means you have to eat ramen noodles forever and constantly be broke. No way. Nonprofit does not mean unprofitable. You can, and honestly should, generate more revenue than you spend. The only catch is you have to use those surplus funds to grow your charitable programs instead of just taking it as a private profit cut. Having strong financial health is exactly how you keep your mission alive for years to come.
So here are a few other major pitfalls to dodge. First, don't try to be a one-person show. Like we mentioned, you legally need a board of directors, so find passionate people to share the load. Second, remember to register with your state before you start asking for donations. It's called charitable solicitation registration, and it keeps you totally out of legal trouble when you ask the public for money. And third, this is a big one. You can absolutely pay yourself and your staff a fair, reasonable salary. You're running a business. You're not taking a vow of poverty. Paying yourself a fair wage allows you to actually dedicate your full attention to the cause without completely burning out.
Just another quick reminder as we wrap up, setting up a nonprofit involves real legal paperwork and strict IRS rules. So definitely consider consulting a qualified legal or tax professional to make sure you're meeting all the specific requirements for your situation. Doing it right the first time is always cheaper than fixing it later. So I'll leave you with this question. What cause are you going to champion in your community? And what is the very first step you're going to take today to make it a reality? Thanks for hanging out with us for this explainer. If you want more simple, no-fluff business guidance, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our next drop. And hey, if this helped you, send it to a friend who's dreaming of starting a nonprofit too. Get out there and make an impact. See you next time on Business Basics Hub.